Hello, 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 hello. How are you? How is your day going? Or how has it been since we're nearing the end of the day? And I know I'm a little bit later than what I said I was going to be. I'm sorry about that. But I am Elisa Sanders. I am your Seize the Day coach. So, come on in. Come on in, everybody. I just want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for sharing. I want to thank you for commenting. I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for commenting and being active with this because I like feedback, right? I want you to talk back to me. Thank you for just subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, today we're talking about, as you see, it says failure. So we're talking about existing instead of living. We know that's the name of the book. All right. That's the name of the course that's starting soon. Existing instead of living. Question mark. Because are you living or are you existing? Which one is it? And failure. Today we're talking about failure. Have you ever felt in your life that you failed? That you failed at life? That you were a failure in what you have done, what you have said? Just have you ever felt like you were a failure? And the reason why I bring this up is because this was something that I totally dealt with for a long time. For years, I felt like a failure. I felt like I was just a complete and utter failure. And that was part of me existing, right? Because I had so many things wrapped up. If you've been watching the videos, you know some of the things that I've been dealing with. Everything that I'm talking to you about is what I've been through, right? So I went through many years and I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I had accomplished nothing in my life. And it was like, oh, I'm this age and I've done nothing that I thought that I would do with my life. Because when I was younger, when I was a kid and a teenager and everything, I always had big dreams, big thoughts, thought that I would do a lot, thought that I was sort of smart or whatever. But my life took a whole different turn as far as those dreams and those big ideas that I had. I wasn't doing any of them. And I know, sometimes life gets in the way. I know things happen, right? But we have to start looking at the decisions that we make. Like, are you making decisions intentionally? Are you making good decisions? And why are you making the decisions that you are making? Like if you had big dreams and big ideas, why didn't you go toward those things? Like, what happened? What caused you to not follow that? What caused you to not follow your passions that's in your heart? So then as time goes by, you're starting to feel like, wow, I've done nothing that I wanted to do. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. So now you start to feel like a failure. And I remember my friend would always tell me, she was like, no, Elisa, you've done so much. You've done a lot of things. And, and I'm like, thank you. And I would start bawling because I didn't see it. Like, I know I have taken risks. Like, I've been accused of being afraid to do stuff, but I never was afraid to try things. It's just that I got to a point where I was so disappointed from things not happening, things not working out, like over and over and over and over again. I kind of got gun shy. It was like, maybe I should just leave it alone because the last 4 things didn't work out. So why should I try something else? So I never was afraid to try things. Like, I've tried so many things. I've had moments where I was bold, but yet and still, I was still very insecure. My self-esteem was not good. But I felt like a failure. I did. I remember seeing other people and the things that they were doing, like in my mid-20s and my 30s. And by the time I got to 40, I was like, what? And it wasn't so much that I was comparing myself. There was a little bit of comparison of like where I was and where they were. Some of them, like some people looked like they were further along than what I was. And I'm like, what happened to me? I'm like, what happened? It's like one day I just stopped dreaming all of a sudden. One day I just didn't move forward. Now we talked, and I know this is not everybody's story, but this might be some of you. Some of you might have the same story or something similar to it. Now, I said one of the other videos I had done, and I had told you that, when I was a little girl, I was molested, and how that changed who I became, and how I became very shy and introverted, and I had no confidence in myself, and I just was a shell of myself. And it's like I stopped like dead in my tracks, and it's like I didn't know where to go beyond that, because with your self-esteem being low and you lacking confidence and you're just very unsure of yourself. And I got to a point where I felt like I wasn't good at anything because I couldn't see what I was good at. I couldn't see any of that because I had internalized everything, and I just would hold things, and I would be so hurt, and just, I didn't do anything. It's like I didn't know how to do anything else anymore. I didn't know how to move forward. I didn't know how to dream and think bigger, and I just didn't know it. Like I always had like those thoughts in my head, and so it got to a point where I was like fantasizing a lot of what I wanted my life to be or how I thought it should be. And I would just gain, and it's so sad and pitiful now that I think about it, but I'm so grateful to God because He's the one who's been working on me. He's the one who has been healing my heart. He's the one who has been holding me up and giving me strength, giving me peace when I need it, giving me joy when I need it. God has been doing these things, and He has placed people and things in my life that has helped me along the way. And so that's why I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you if you felt that way. I'm here to help you if you've been through these things that I've been through. I want to help you and coach you out of it because I want you to seize the day. I want you to seize the moment and the opportunity so you can come out and so you can move forward in life. So you won't just exist and survive. I want you to live and thrive. I want you to have abundance in life. That's what God wants for you as well. But I'm telling you, I've had so many things that has stopped me, and fear was one of them. And I had to get fear out of my life. Not saying that it doesn't test me and try to see if I'm afraid, to do certain things. Even with this, being consistent, right? This is not as easy as I thought it was, but it's not as hard as I thought it was either. But just the fact of being consistent, because I had a lot of starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting and stopping. I have done that so many times that I was so tired of myself, okay? I was tired of me. I was over me. I'm like, God, something got to happen. I need to know what's going on with me because your girl is not doing good. I was like, I got to a point where I was like, God, you know what? It's better if I'm not even here. Because what is the point of me being here? Because that was a question I always had, even as a little girl, what's my purpose here in life? I always was trying to figure out what my purpose was. And as I got older, I didn't have a clear answer. I just didn't know. Like my mind was just so boggled with so many things that were not good. I mean, the inner dialogue that I heard from myself was horrible. Okay, I didn't need nobody to talk about me because my inner dialogue was horrible, and so I felt like a failure. I'm telling you, I felt like a failure, and it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad because I was like, what am I doing? What is wrong with my life? I'm not moving forward. I was not being consistent. I had no progress in life. Now when I look back, I see those things that triggered me and those things that started to come up and create walls in front of me. And I didn't know how to tear them down. And then I wasn't doing my best being the child of God. I wasn't, because I was lazy and I just did not know. I was lazy and I did not know. And I was just going with the motions of life, but I wasn't truly living it. I didn't have any joy of it. I would smile when it was like happy times, but did I have like true joy down in my soul? No, I did not. I didn't know what that felt like. So I really felt like I felt like a failure as a woman. I felt like a failure as a Christian. I felt like a failure in so many aspects of my life. And I couldn't even see those points about me that were good, or those moments when I, now think back like, you did do a lot. You tried many things. I tried a lot of things, and I wasn't successful in all of them, but at least I tried. At least I tried. And so now I'm at this point in my life, and it's like, you know what? There is no other way but forward and going through. Those things tried to come up in my life to stop me. But thank God I have God who lets me know that's okay. It might have tried to stop you, but it's not going to stop you. You have a purpose, and I have a plan for your life. And follow it. So that's what I want for you guys to do today. I want you to follow the plans and the purposes that God has for you. I never thought that I would be a writer. It was never even something I really, really wanted to do. But that's who God created me to be. He told me to write. I was like, what? I'm not good at writing. And he was like, you're a writer. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, yes, you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I didn't see it. I can see a lot for myself. But it took God to say that to me. And then it was confirmed, a few times after that, it was confirmed, you're a writer, you're a writer. And I've tried to do everything else. Everything else. Okay. I would go get jobs. Of course, I needed the jobs. I did. But I was also looking in so many different places. It was not the place I was supposed to be looking in. Right. And, it seemed like at one point, I would have sat down and said, okay, Lisa, well, if you're a writer, let's figure this out about being a writer. Let's try to get going with being a writer. And, Lord, I got bills. I got to do this. I got to do that, which is all true. I did have bills. I did have to pay them. I did have to work. That is all true. But what I'm saying, my focus was completely wrong. It was completely off. I wasn't focusing on, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to do this? For how long? Or whatever. I wasn't doing anything. I just was like going with the motions. Oh, I need a job. Lord, let me go apply that job because I need some money. But not truly trying to figure out what was the plan and the purpose for life, for my life, So I don't want that for you. I don't want you to feel like you have failed, because I don't feel like that anymore. The timing is right. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. I found it. Now I'm going to stick with it, be obedient, and follow what God told me to do. So, but it was hard. It was hard to get through all of those emotions and all of those thoughts and all of that. It was hard. But I thank God that He brought me through it. It was God. I promise you it was Him. If you need help, that's who you should go to. He was my help. So now I'm here to help you, and I'm here to coach you. I want you to live. I don't want you to just exist. So guys, I just want to be on for a few minutes and talk to you for a little bit. I hope I've said something to encourage you. I hope I've said something that was helpful. I want you to connect with me. I'm going to put a link down in the comment section. I'm put two, actually. One, I want you to connect with me. I want your email address and everything. That way you can know when the book drops, when the course starts, all of those good things. Okay? And share this with somebody who you think might need this. Okay? who might need a little direction, who might need a little help to put their foot forward and live and not just go through the motions of life. Because you can't be happy doing that. I promise you. I know you can't, because I've been there and done that. All right. So, and I'm going to give a link to, I want you to take this free quiz to see. Take this free quiz. I want you to see if this is something that is for you. Because it is. I know it is. And you know it too. So do not waste time. Seize the day. Carpe diem. That means take your moment. Let's do it now. No more waiting. You've done too much waiting. Too much time has passed. Let's do it now. So look for that in the comment section, okay? And I will see you next time and have a wonderful night. God bless. Bye-bye.